The perfect fall album
Yeah,
on Spotify. Jen, sometimes like when it's fall outside, I just want to like live in a world where it's just like fall instrumental. So if you got Spotify, I want you to look up Fall Coffee Shop Bookstore. Amazing.
All right. Good tip. Fall Coffee Shop Bookstore.
And drink your pumpkin spice latte.
I'm going to have to listen to that one
Okay.
in a little bit. Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your forecast, because you know what? Today is a good day to stay inside, drink some coffee, read a nice book, because it's gloomy and it's rainy out there. Although things are a bit more on the scattered side right now, it's going to be turning into more widespread constant rain by the time we make it later on into today. Now, taking a look at radar, what we're starting to see, all of that moisture right now, it's really beginning to approach closer towards our coastal areas. So although our inland spots, coastal areas beginning to see a slight break in the rain, that's going to be short-lived. Looking in just a little bit closer, Washington, Clark, Monroe counties beginning to see more of those clear conditions. As we make our way further south, some moderate rain falling just closer towards Bruton, Atmore, and Stockton. It's just slowly beginning to push further off towards the north. And then southern Baldwin County, mostly dry, isolated rain beginning to fall just closer towards southern Mobile County. But then also you have to keep in mind, this is light rain that we're seeing so far, expecting more of that moderately heavy rain later on today. Rainfall amounts so far, very trace amounts, maybe even possibly getting closer towards half an inch up to an inch in central Baldwin County. Temperatures out there currently ranging from the 60s, possibly some lower 70s. But over the next few hours, we're really not going to be warming up much. We're going to be hanging out in the mid to upper 60s for the majority of today, in part due to that rain and those overcast skies. Even by this evening, temperatures will continue to fall. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast, what you can expect for the rest of the day and the weekend. All that's coming up soon. Joe.
Again on Friday and Saturday in downtown Mobile. We'll continue to keep you updated on those festivities. And you know what? Right now it's gloomy out there right now, but luckily the conditions for this weekend looking fantastic, but overcast and rainy skies right now. Temperatures resting in the mid 60s out there. And as we make our way into the rest of today, temperatures really not going to be warming up much over the next few hours. Many areas possibly not even breaking out of the 60s for daytime highs, closer towards the coast, hanging out in the lower 70s, and then we'll continue to fall heading later on into today. Really, by the time we get closer towards 4 p.m., we'll be in the lower 60s, only continuing heading into the overnight hours. Also around that point, expecting it to be breezy and more rain showers. As you do take a look at our futurecast right now, things are a bit more scattered across the Gulf Coast, expecting increased coverage later on into this afternoon. More steady, moderate rainfall once we get past lunchtime, closer towards 2 to 4 o'clock, really beginning to see more of that heavy rain beginning to push in. So although things are pretty quiet right now in many spots out there, not going to be staying that way heading later on into the rest of your Wednesday. That rain coverage will continue by the time we get closer towards 6 and 7 o'clock, and will turn a bit more isolated once we get past 9 p.m. heading into this evening. Now, I mentioned those winds heading into today. It's not that breezy out there right now, but really expecting that to change. Our wind gusts over the next few hours really begin to build in once we get past 3 p.m. So once more of that moderate, steady rainfall begins to build, we'll really notice those winds begin to gust, and the wind gusts possibly even getting up to that 30 to 40 mile per hour range. Sustained winds getting up to around 15 to 20. So do just be cautious of that. I had warned over the past few days, if you put out those Halloween decorations, make sure they're not going to blow away. You still have a few more hours until we really start to see some of those breezy conditions begin to move in. And then also tracking the tropics out there right now. Although we did drop that feature in the Gulf, since we're starting to see it already move onshore. What we're starting to track right now, Tropical Storm Sean formed earlier this morning, and then a wave just coming off the coast of Africa. Low chances of development over the next 7 days, but over the next few days, those numbers could tick up. Also focusing on what is now Tropical Storm Sean, the sustained winds 40 miles per hour. Again, the system formed this morning, expecting it to really keep that tropical storm strength heading closer towards the weekend, and then turning into a remnant low as we make our way into next week. Just a problem for the fish. Coming up in just a little bit, I'm going to talk more about your forecast and what you can expect heading into the weekend. All that's coming up soon. Chelsea.